Welcome to the Wisdom Path, a place where ideas grow and minds open. Today's story is about a powerful but invisible tool that can change the way you think, speak, and win every discussion: logic. Before we start, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more life-changing insights. Imagine you're in a room full of people, all trying to convince each other. Some raise their voices, others wave their hands. But one person speaks calmly. Their words make people pause, think, and nod. That person wins the room, not with volume, but with logic. Logic is like a flashlight in a dark cave. Most of us stumble through arguments driven by emotion or habit. But with logic, you light your path. Many people never learn how to use this tool. And that's what today's story is about. How you can use logic not to manipulate, but to speak with truth, clarity, and power. Story: the coffee shop argument. Let me tell you about Alex. Alex was a passionate person who loved debates. One day, while sitting in a coffee shop with friends, a heated discussion started about whether social media is more harmful than helpful. Someone said, "Social media ruins lives." Another replied, "No, it connects people globally." Voices got louder. It felt more like a storm than a conversation. Then Alex said, "Let's pause. What are we really saying here?" Everyone stopped. Alex broke it down. "We're mixing two different points, personal effects and global communication. Let's talk about them separately." That one move, organizing the chaos, made everyone listen. Alex didn't win by being louder or smarter. Alex used logic to bring clarity. Lesson 1: understand the foundations. Logic isn't just for philosophers. It's for anyone who wants to make sense of things. It helps you ask the right questions, see gaps in arguments, and stay calm when things get emotional. You don't need a PhD, you need awareness. Just start by noticing how often people argue using emotion instead of reason. As Tony Robbins once said, "Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only potential power. Action is power." So the first action? Learn how arguments are built. Here are two basic building blocks. Deductive reasoning. When your conclusion must be true if the premises are true. Example: all humans are mortal. Socrates is human. Therefore, Socrates is mortal. Inductive reasoning. When your conclusion is probably true, based on evidence. Example: every time I eat peanuts, I sneeze. Maybe I'm allergic to peanuts. Both are useful. But if you don't know the difference, you might end up trusting guesses like they're facts. Lesson 2: spot the tricks. Some people don't argue fairly. They use tricks, one called logical fallacies, to win without being right. Here are two common ones. Ad hominem, attacking the person, not their point. You can't trust her opinion on diets. She's overweight. That says nothing about the quality of her argument. Straw man, misrepresenting someone's point to make it easier to attack. You think we shouldn't eat meat, so you want everyone to starve. That's twisting the message. Once you start spotting these, you'll see them everywhere, in politics, media, even family talks. Denzel Washington once said, "If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do, you're misinformed." Logic helps you cut through both. Exercise. Practice with a friend. Here's a simple way to practice. Next time a friend shares an opinion, instead of reacting, ask, "What do you mean by that? What's your evidence? Is that always true, or just sometimes?" These questions aren't attacks. They help you understand and help others clarify what they really think. Conclusion: logic is a skill, not a gift. Nobody is born logical. It's a skill. like cooking or riding a bike, and the more you use it, the sharper it gets. So today's takeaways: stay calm, ask better questions, learn to recognize fallacies, speak with reason, not just passion. In Part 2, we'll explore how to build persuasive arguments and how to stay calm even when the other side gets emotional. Don't forget to subscribe to The Wisdom Path and share this video with someone who loves good conversations. Let's build a world where logic leads the way. Building arguments like bridges. Think of an argument like building a bridge. You start on one side, your opinion. The other person stands on the opposite side, their belief. The goal? Build a path they can walk across. If your argument is shaky, they'll never take that first step. So how do you build a strong bridge? Step 1. Begin with common ground. Let's say you're talking with someone who disagrees with you about working from home. You believe it boosts productivity. They say it destroys teamwork. Instead of jumping into disagreement, begin with what you both agree on. Say something like, "I think we both care about doing great work and staying connected to the team." Now you're not fighting. You're walking the same path. Why it works? People don't like feeling attacked. When you agree on something first, their defenses go down. They're more open to hearing you out. Step 2. Use simple language. Big fancy words don't make you sound smarter. They make your message harder to follow. Speak clearly. Short words, short sentences. For example, instead of saying, "Remote work enables asynchronous productivity and fosters autonomy," try, "Working from home helps people focus and make their own choices." Simple doesn't mean shallow. It means strong. Step 3. Bring evidence to the table. Opinions are like leaves. They fly in all directions. Evidence is like a rock. It doesn't move. Tell stories, share data, use real-life examples. In my team, we tested remote work for 3 months. Productivity went up by 18%. And guess what? Team satisfaction also improved. People trust proof, not just passion. And make sure your evidence is real, not just a meme from Facebook or a quote without a source. As Brian Tracy said, the more valid reasons you have to back up your decisions, the more confident you will be. Step 4. Use analogies and stories. Imagine trying to explain how social pressure influences decisions. Instead of going into scientific language, tell a story. Imagine you're in an elevator. Everyone is facing the back wall. You walk in, and even though it feels silly, you also turn around. That's social pressure. It changes how we behave. Stories are like glue. People remember them longer than facts. An analogy connects what they don't understand with something they do. Metaphor: the lighthouse, not the storm. When you argue, don't be the storm. Loud, messy, wild. Be the lighthouse, calm, steady, guiding others through the fog. If someone attacks you personally, don't take the bait. Let's say they say, "You're just saying that because you hate office culture." Instead of firing back, calmly reply, "This isn't about me. Let's focus on the idea, not the person." That's how you stay in control. Calm wins conversations. Let me tell you about Maria, a manager in a busy tech company. Maria had a boss who loved to argue. He raised his voice, interrupted, and rolled his eyes. But Maria never responded with anger. She took a breath. She spoke slowly. Over time, her calmness won the room. One day, during a big meeting, her boss exploded. Maria looked around and said, "We all want what's best for the project. Let's figure it out together." The team backed her. Even the boss softened. Lesson: you don't win by being louder. You win by being clearer, calmer, and wiser. Exercise: build your mini argument. Try this exercise today. Pick a topic you care about. Something simple, like why walking every day helps your mind. Write it out using this structure. Start with common ground. We all want to feel better and think more clearly. Give a clear opinion. I believe walking every day is a great way to do that. Support with evidence. Studies show even 20 minutes of walking improves focus and reduces stress. End with a short story or image. For me, walking clears my thoughts like cleaning a foggy window. Everything becomes sharper. You've just built a strong, clear bridge. Let's review what we learned. Start from common ground. Use clear, simple language. Back your ideas with real evidence. Tell stories that stick. Stay calm, always. These steps don't just help you win arguments. They help you connect, influence, and lead. In the next and final part, we'll learn how to spot your own blind spots, grow your thinking, and become a master of logic in daily life, at work, and in your relationships. If this helped you, hit subscribe and share it with a friend who loves deep thinking. In this final part, we'll explore a powerful truth. The greatest arguments you'll ever face are the ones inside your own head. Lesson 1. Start with yourself. It's easy to point out flaws in other people's logic, but true growth begins when you start questioning your own beliefs. Let me tell you about Daniel. Daniel was smart. He read a lot, debated often, and loved being right. But during a quiet evening, his teenage daughter said, "Dad, you always correct people. It makes me not want to talk to you." That moment hit him hard. He realized it wasn't just about having the right arguments. It was about the right attitude. Being open, curious, and kind. Being right doesn't matter if people stop listening to you. Lesson 2. Know your biases. We all have blind spots. Biases are like sunglasses you forget you're wearing. They color everything you see. Here are some common ones to watch out for. Confirmation bias. Only noticing things that support what you already believe. Example, you think your team works better from the office, so you only remember the bad days of remote work. Groupthink. Going along with the crowd because it feels safer. You agree with the team in a meeting even when you silently disagree. Status quo bias. Believing something is better just because it's always been that way. To grow as a thinker, ask yourself, what would someone who disagrees with me say? Is this belief helping me or just making me feel safe? True logic isn't about defending your side. It's about finding the truth, even if it means changing your mind. Real-life metaphor. The foggy mirror. Think of your thinking like a mirror. Over time, fog builds up, from habits, emotions, and opinions. The more you clean the mirror, the clearer your reflection becomes. How do you clean it? Ask questions. Challenge your own beliefs. Stay curious, not just certain. That's how self-awareness becomes your greatest tool. Lesson 3. Logic in daily life. Let's bring all of this into real, daily moments. Situation 1. At work. Your colleague says, "This idea won't work. We've tried something like that before." Instead of defending immediately, say, "I hear you. What exactly happened last time? Let's see what we can learn from it." You're using logic to open the door, not slam it shut. Situation 2. With family. Your sibling says, "You never listen to me." Instead of reacting with, "That's not true," say, "It sounds like you feel unheard. Tell me more." That's emotional intelligence backed by logic. Tools for lifelong growth. Here are a few simple tools you can use to keep growing. 1. The 3 whys technique. When you believe something strongly, ask yourself, why do I believe this? Why do I think it's true? Why do I feel attached to it? By the 3rd why, you often uncover a hidden emotion or story. 2. The role reverse test. Switch roles in your mind. If someone gave you the same argument you just gave them, would you believe it? This helps you see weak spots. 3. Journaling your arguments. After a tough discussion, write it down. What worked? What didn't? What could you say differently next time? Reflection is where growth begins. A short story, The Wise Teacher. In a small village, people would go to a wise teacher to settle arguments. One day, 2 men came shouting. The first man told his side. The teacher nodded and said, "You're right." The second man told his side. The teacher nodded again. "You're right." A student nearby said, "But master, they can't both be right." The teacher smiled. "You're right too." The point. Sometimes we argue to be right when we should listen to understand. Final thoughts. Grow, don't just win. Here's what we've learned on this journey. Part 1. Learn the basics of logic. Spot the tricks. Ask better questions. Part 2. Build strong arguments with calmness, clarity, and stories. Part 3. Master yourself. Recognize your biases. Practice logic in everyday life. You won't always win every argument, and that's okay. The real goal is to win trust, build understanding, and keep growing. That's the true wisdom path. Final call to action. If this series helped you, please subscribe to The Wisdom Path. New videos are coming soon, each one helping you live with more clarity, courage, and calm. Share this video with someone who loves deep conversations. And remember, in a world full of noise, be the calm, be the reason, be the light. Thank you for watching. See you on the next path.